afternoon scriptures. This scripture is Proverbs 15:1. It ultimately came from, I was talking to one of the drivers of like the bus here in Orlando, and he was telling me about like how people get irate, and we was talking about the scripture where a soft answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. And then the next verse goes on to say, the tongue of the wise commends knowledge, but the mouth of fools pour out folly. And I'm glad he touched on this, because this is an issue I've had since I've gotten here. You know, there are people that are going through stuff and their day might not be going good, or your day might not be going good, or maybe a combination of both, and you both can turn into having this humongous argument. And he was saying he just chooses not to, or to tell them, you know, bye, have a good one, God bless you, my God will bless you, or whatever the case may be. And I wanted to tell you guys that if you continue in that soft answer, or you continue from a good place, you remove that wrath or that anger that stirs up within. Because I noticed that when I get mad, I'm gonna get the last word. I'm gonna keep going until, you know, there's no tomorrow. But if you like stop, or you change your attitude, I'll see that I changed the way. And you may say like, hey, you know, that's how somebody could get you with the get you gotcha. But also that's how God views you as a servant. That's how God views you as a child, when you begin to change your ways and have his ways and his thoughts. He knows we don't have his ways and his thoughts. That's why the manuscript is here. It's a manual. It's a manual for us to go on throughout the day. So, I mean, nobody's perfect. I was just reading that scripture too, where the scribes and the Pharisees, they had the power of Moses and they're preaching this word, but some of the stuff they don't follow. And that goes on to in this day as well. Like, he put the mantle of Moses with on me, but it's like, will I ever be Moses? Probably more so not, more than not, because God was so prevalent and powerful in that day that the things that go on today prevent that holiness, but you can walk in that holiness and try to supersede that holiness. Yeah, it can become quite cumbersome with the world we live in today. It's not as modern. However, the just shall live by faith. So if we walk in what God has called us to and try to walk in that righteousness and holiness, however, nobody's perfect. His grace is sufficient. We will continue to lead and follow and guide the way. But it's just like, try to change your answer, your response. I know when COVID started, God had been giving me these sayings for the new year. I don't get a word, I get a saying. And I follow that saying throughout the new year. Like, okay, mind your business, do what's right. That just prevents the whole argument whatsoever. If you're doing what's right and you're minding your business, that prevents any argument where you jumped in somebody's conversation, or jumped in somebody's business that's not yours, or you're doing something that's wrong that starts an argument. He said, don't react, don't respond. Granted, some people can like provoke you to react and respond, or push you to that. But if you begin to work on your demeanor, your character, and your poise and elegance, he created us to be kings and children of the Most High God. He's King of Kings. He created us to have this certain stature of ourselves. If we have that structure, he knows that we live in a life today. So he created this for structure. It's a guide. It's a manual. You have the will and the choice to not follow it. However, your dominion, your purpose, your destiny comes along with it. He's giving you the desires of your heart along with it. So as you follow, you receive those promises. I'm not saying you won't receive those promises if you don't follow. I'm just saying life gets better and it's more abundant. You know, as you begin to walk with God and sup with him, you'll see that. In order for that to happen, you have to remove the harsh words and change them to soft answers. So wrath and anger is no longer present in your life. Even when I go to prayer, I ask God, remove the jealousy, remove the wrath, envy, hatred, contention, the ill will, anything that's not you, God, anger, rage. Get it far from me so I can begin to walk in what it is you call me to walk in. That's my word for today. Proverbs 15:1. A soft answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. Much love. Be blessed.